Arguably the unluckiest cohort of students ever. The A-level pupils today claim to have been completely screwed over amid a post-pandemic marking clampdown as the proportion of exams awarded top grades plunged. More than 19,000 18-year-olds have missed the conditions of their offer and are now in a frenzy to find a place in the clearing system. The pass rate fell to 97.3% this year, now at the lowest level since 2008, while those awarded an A or an A-star grade is down by almost 10% on 2022. Fortunately, the Education Secretary was on hand to tell upset teenagers that they shouldn't fret because no one will ask them about their grades in 10 years' time. Very helpful. Now, Labour dismissed Gillian Keegan's comments as incredibly rude and dismissive. Meanwhile, Motorhead Jeremy Clarkson offered his annual piece of wisdom whilst tweeting, "It's not the end of the world if your A-level results aren't what you hoped for. I got a C, 2 U's, and here I am today with my own brewery," which no doubt reassured the hundreds of thousands of students who aspire to own their own breweries. I look forward to that tweet every year because I look forward to people criticising it by saying, well, you went to a public school, Jeremy, and you had the backing anyway. You were always sort of going to be fine. Whereas for some working class people, grades you actually do need. However, that said, there are many different entry sort of pathways into different careers. It doesn't all have to start with A-levels, does
it? No, it doesn't. I'm really sorry to see that the standards have crashed to 97.3%. I mean, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
It's still 97.3%. So, you know, 2.7% of people are not getting what they thought they would get. And everybody knows that last year and the year before it was all a crock of nonsense anyway, because it's made the grades up. They just went, sorry, what did you do? Geography. All right, how'd you fancy an A? There you go, have an A. Want an A-star for you? What did you do? I'll give you a B+. Great. They just made it up. So it's not really comparable. And also, as much as everybody loves to hate Gillian Keegan, and I'm no great fan of hers, I mean, she's right. Nobody's going to bother in 10 years' time, when you put down on your CV, aged 30, oh, I got 3 A-levels, 3 A+, you know, nobody cares.
I mean, it is a leg up initially, but I mean, my 3 A grades at A-level didn't matter literally the first year after I graduated.
They don't matter now either.
Well, definitely not. But, you know, every year is the same. It's the same sort of routine. You have the picture of students jumping up saying, yay, we got our grades, whether they're good. And then you have someone saying your grades don't define you, which is true. And then you have people clamoring for useless clearance spaces because most of the degrees are useless anyway. You have like Taylor Swift studies or gender studies or whatever. The reality is...
Gender studies are useful, thank you very much.
It's a very useless degree. And especially for the amount of debt people go into to get it. The reality is we have to talk about the very serious issue of, you know, saddling these young kids with so much debt for degrees that they don't need. We need to improve the infrastructure of the education infrastructure in this country that gives people real options outside of university degrees. We really need more STEM graduates, if anything. Most people are getting arts degrees, which again are useless. I say this as an arts graduate. I was in a class of 500 people who did my degree. I'm the only person that works in the field that I got a degree in. So I'm sorry, it's the same year. Every year is the same routine, the same grade inflation.
And we need more women in STEM. And do you know where I learnt that? Gender studies.
You did
that's how useless gender studies are.
Yeah, the only gender studies graduate with a job.
They should have taken you out of gender studies and put you into STEM, and then you'd have been in STEM.
Exactly.
Right?
Why did
you
do
did
that?
rather overgeneralise by just dismissing a whole load of degrees, and some of them are useful. But actually, nobody benefits from grade inflation. I really don't understand why this huge sort of like push to have all these A-star grades and have people, you know, 40, 50% of people getting first-class degrees. I'm sorry. These top grades really should be for the very, very best, and then we should be making sure that the other grades are well accepted so that you start to differentiate. Instead of having this great sort of like, you know, people coming away with, I got 4 A-stars. Oh, you all did. Well done. You can't differentiate them. It's just like, what?
It's like buying an autographed signed copy of a book because there's a whole pile of them because somebody signed them all. And it's not quite the same as having somebody actually sign your book.
Well, I think that's and this... I hate this. Every year, you get the GCSE one, and then you get the A-level one, and this kind of frenzy, this massive focus on kids who've been through this pressure cooker of a course, and then the waiting, and everyone, your life's going to fall apart, and this is all kind of, it's spoken about almost at the expense of any other factor that might be relevant to the success or how good a 17, 18-year-old might be. And I find that crazy. We talked today on TalkTV about why is there no big emphasis, the same emphasis about apprenticeships? Why is there no great big emphasis to say, do you know what, today is the whatever of August, and guess what? 33,000 school leavers went to work today. That'd be quite nice to get that headline.
Yeah.
And we could have Gillian Keegan on saying, oh, it's fantastic, you all went to work today. Nobody talks about that.
No.
People who decided, actually, I don't need it, as Mike said. I mean, when you read, it's very, very bad, it's only 97.3%. Very bad.
Yeah.
That's suspiciously good.
Yeah, and also they're all moaning.
There's all
already.
sorts of factors.
They're all disappointed. Well, get used to it, guys. You know, you're only
That's
18.
life.
Life is disappointing,
Take it
right?
again, or
it's not
go
gonna be
into the
It's not going to get any
Mike,
better.
But
am I
also-
right in saying that your son got his A-level
He did
results today?
Yeah.
How did he do? Were
Much
we allowed
to
to
my
ask?
surprise, he actually qualified to get into the course he wanted to do.
Oh,
Which,
amazing.
It's always nice for you to be encouraging.
A bit like me not predicting the result of the football match. I got this one wrong as well. And I was coming in this morning thinking, what if he doesn't get what he wants? You know, I was trying to figure out all these different ways of ameliorating if it all went horribly wrong. And then he got it. So he's delighted. He's very happy. But I'm obviously having to get ready with the old wallet because there'll be loads and loads of money.
Really?
from
You
me
have
to-
you have to pay him to.
Well, no, but I'll have to support him, won't I? 'Cause
Oh, 'cause he's going
You know,
to
I'll urge
university.
him to get a job and all that. But you know,
Yeah.
he's going to. I mean, he's already. on the
I
red
think,
line, you know.
to be honest, I think your parental role's done here now, Mike. That's it. You know.
Yeah. To be honest, I gave up my parental role when he was born. I said, I've done my bit. You know, you didn't need money, just give me a shout. Anyway, if you're commiserating